this episode, there will be news injections, peep shows, riots, and of course, indie games, and maybe even more of this. Indie Game Riot, with Patreon supporters like Suzanne J, Richard K, and starring Keen Hot and Juicy Maverick. Get in on the action by visiting patreon.com/Indie Game Riot. Indie Game Riot, coming to a computer screen near you.
Hey internets, it's Rev, and I'm hoping your sinuses are filled with less tree jizz than mine. Yep, it's allergy season, and we're going to offset the sinus drippings with some awesome games. Join us today as we explore some little nightmares. Seriously, fuck you, Josh. Why the games that I'm not going to be able to play? Then we go rally the heroes at Fort Triumph before grabbing our portable time machine device and visiting the Silent Age. Get your pitchforks and torches. It's episode 124 of Indie Game Riot.
Happy birthday, IGR.
Indie Game Riot!
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and I am, of course, joined by the full crew. That is Tech and Rev. And we're here to talk about some indie games, if you haven't guessed.
Yep.
Maybe start a riot.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal, is to incite a riot. Please don't arrest us. Man, wouldn't that be interesting if, how badass would you feel if from here, from our sitting on our asses at home talking about a podcast, we literally incited riots wherever people were listening?
That'd be horrible because I don't want people to care that much.
Oh, I don't know. Like I'd love.
I don't know.
I'd
That's
love,
a bit, I'm like,
come
I want
on.
you to love indie games, but I don't want you to love indie games so much that you're
Okay,
willing
well,
to
how
commit
about
crime.
we'll take it a step back, like a riot, but not like not like vandalism or like hurting people, just like craziness out in the streets.
So you're talking like flash mob.
Yeah, kind of like that. Indie game flash mob.
Yeah, I'd do that. I would wield that power.
For good, not evil.
Who knows? No.
Flash. Anyway, how has your week's been? We'll start with Rev since you were here last week. How are things?
My laptop is dying. I had a chest cold. Something else, and other stuff. MST3K got released. That was cool. I don't remember the last time I was on the show and what's happened since then. So
I only watched one episode so far, and I like the first one.
Okay, skip it. Move to the second.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fell asleep.
Yeah, move to the second. That's where they kind of pick it up a little bit, but it's right around episode 5 or 6 where they really get into the swing of things.
And for some reason, I thought Patton Oswalt and Felicia Day were going to be the voices of the new voices of robots. I didn't know that they were going to be the bad guys.
Yeah, they're the Mads.
I didn't know that.
Oh, how did you not like? Did you just not bother reading anything about it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just assumed.
Great.
I just assumed.
Perfect.
Well,
let's see what else. No, that's pretty much it. I'm working and having a good time with that. I got a really sharp team, and Keen is at D&D, and apparently his phone won't connect to the stream.
Damn.
So
yeah.
We won't be able to tell all of his friends how hot and juicy he is.
Thanks for the follow, by the way. Appreciate it.
But he did say that he wishes us luck on the show.
Tell him that he will get his transparent background version of his logo in email soon.
Yep.
And yes, Z Merlin in the chat. We did switch from Hitbox to Twitch. We were having issues with Hitbox. We'll leave it at that. And so in Twitch, at least
it works now.
With the Switch, Twitch is getting us a bigger audience of random people, which is nice to spread the word and all that stuff. So we switched.
Yeah.
Yes. And We didn't do IRX on Twitch last year either. I think this is the
Nope.
This is the first IRX we're going to be doing on Twitch. Well, anyway, Tech, how's your week? My voice keeps breaking. I apologize. Puberty.
My week. So I shampooed my carpets, which meant that I also like organized a lot of just
you finally washed your
everywhere.
balls. I see.
and so I moved my green screen, and now it's not an absolute hassle to use. And I've also like, I guess, started a new diet, you could say,
Me
in
too.
that I'm not really eating a whole lot anymore, and I've lost like 20 pounds.
Well,
not in a week, but like over the course of like, because like I was
by
really
not eating
pushing
as
it.
much, what do you mean, like per meal or per day?
Oh no, I'm talking about per day. Like
Okay, that's not healthy, man.
yesterday. No. Just trust me on this, right? I'm taking vitamins and drinking shit tons of water.
That doesn't make a difference.
But it's like I'm eating when I like need food, because like I'm not really like feeling hungry anymore. It's more just like my body is telling me, is like, you need like this nourishment, and then I give it that, and it's like, okay, I'm good. When it tells me, it's like, hey, it's getting to that point.
Like, I'm glad you lost weight, but like this,
Yeah.
even before I got diagnosed with diabetes.
Yeah.
Wait, you got diagnosed with diabetes?
Yeah, that was
earlier.
last week.
Yeah, when we were talking about Trump revoking our healthcare, I said that.
No, I thought you were just making a crack about diabetes.
No,
like...
no, I had diabetes.
No, it was serious. Yeah, that one was not a joke.
No, it sucks. But
Yeah.
what I was saying is, even before that, I was talking to a nutritionist because I had gained like a lot of weight when my wife was pregnant. It was sympathetic weight gain.
Yeah.
And I lost it all immediately as soon as the baby was born. But I was talking to them, and you need to eat throughout the day. It just needs to be smaller.
Right.
So,
no, that's totally it. So
not
like
eating,
earlier today,
because your body will hold on to the food.
No, you're right. but what I'm getting at is, like, I'm also, because I'm unemployed and I don't really leave the house, I don't really like do anything. So I'm not consuming a lot of calories per day. Also, so like my diminished intake, like I think I ate like maybe like 1,200 calories yesterday. Like, I'm not like starving myself. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like
1,200 is starving yourself, dude.
Smell.
No, the nutritionist said 1,500 or 1,600 is minimum for a male in around our age sitting on their ass all day.
God.
I'm
How
just
am I
telling
supposed
you.
to shred these fat pounds, Josh?
I don't want you to kill yourself. Is all I'm saying.
No, I'm not going to kill myself.
My wife's brother did something like that. He would eat. He would do. He would buy a foot-long Subway sub, right, every day.
Right.
He'd split it in half.
Right.
And he'd not every day. He'd buy every other day. He'd split it in half.
Oh,
one half per day.
no.
He ended up. He lost a lot of weight, man. He ended up like just sick looking, and he lost like a lot of hair.
All of his hair, yeah.
Like,
no. It's not like that. Like, I'm eating throughout the day. It's just like really small bits, and like I've sort of turned off the snack reflex, where like I look at something and I'm like, I want to eat that because that looks delicious, and I love eating. To where it's like, that looks delicious, but I'm not really hungry right now.
Right.
You know?
Sorry, I'm moving my camera around.
Yeah, great.
It's being fucking weird with the OBS Studio is retarded. Sorry
it's a little weird.
But anyway.
But yeah, no, but I want to, like, my goal truly is to get down to like 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really. And then from there, you know, if I'm going to gain weight, I want it to be muscle. Because I'm young and I don't want to like have heart disease. Truly.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like when I worked at Pizza Hut, like I ballooned. Like I was like pushing 300 at one point. And now it's like to be on the other side of 250 is like great feeling.
That'd be nice. I wish I was on the other side of 250. I'm around 280.
That's not bad though.
It's heavy enough.
I mean, Rev was like, yeah, I'm like 170.
You wish.
Rev's like, yeah, I'm like 170. He floats away in the wind.
Yeah, exactly.
170.
You hear him in the distance. Turn down the AC.
Oh my god.
I think I haven't scaled
Rev,
myself.
get pregnant, and then you'll gain some weight, and then you'll know.
I haven't scaled myself in a while, but I'm pretty sure that I'm around the 140 mark.
Yeah.
We're actually
Still.
we're actually planning on
That's
joining
crazy.
the Y tomorrow. So Hopefully, I'm finally getting. I was just talking to my wife last night. I was like, I'm finally getting to the point where I feel like I don't need to eat as much to be full.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I'm still pissed off that I can't eat certain things like I used to. Like, I used to devour pizza, but now
totally.
It sucks.
Oh man, I hadn't eaten. I'll be honest. Making all of your own food, and like taking the time to make it good, makes other food taste like not food. Like I had a piece of pizza the other day from a place, and it was like, and I was eating it, and I was like, this isn't food. This is just calories that they sell to you, and like it was awful.
We can all just start drinking Soylent and be done with it.
Ugh.
No. Okay.
made of old people.
That's a different story. Moving on.
Yeah.
Josh. Well, I just told you I was starting why, so we can. Speaking of moving on, let's. In different stories, we got stories coming up in Indie News Injection.
Are you bored with the same old games?
Yeah.
Why, then give yourself an Indie News Injection.
Thanks, Indie Games.
This week on Indie News Injection, first thing is we're going to, of course, remind you that we have a little something coming up in July called Indie Revolution Expo 2017. IRX is, of course, happening. If you have not registered your game, you must go to our website, indiegameriot.com, and click on the Indie Revolution Expo tab so you can register your game and your panel if you have something to talk about. Tim, who disagrees that our Starting the Riot game is an indie, you can talk about what makes an indie if you really want to. Yeah, go sign up your game panel. The other thing I wanted to talk about,
Josh, I think you actually just created a panel. I think that just happened. I think it's a thing now. Write it down.
The other thing that goes along with Indie Revolution Expo is that in 9 days, the IRXJam 2017 will begin. And
9 days? It's already that. Holy fuck!
It's going to be a 48-hour jam. It's on it. The jam is hosted on itch.io, but you can get to it from our website on the from the IRX tab. It's a 48-hour jam. The theme will not be announced until midnight of when it begins, so that way people don't get head starts on it. But it's a 48-hour jam, so go check it out. We already have, I think, at least 30 people who have. I don't know how that translates to submissions, but according to itch.io, we have 30 people that have joined.
Wow.
The jam. So it's nice to see interest, and of course there are prizes. From a T-shirt to basically moral support from us, and support as far as us giving like feedback and that sort of thing. And
now, Josh, could you give us the exact date and time that starts?
It will. The exact date and time it starts is May the 13th. That's a Saturday. That's Saturday, not this Saturday. Next Saturday, May the 13th at midnight. So that's Friday night going into the 13th at midnight, and it will end at 11:59 on the 14th, Sunday, and that is, of course, all Eastern Standard Time.
Cool.
So,
what if I streamed the entire time and we took donations and we all donated it to charity?
Go ahead.
Like
sure.
Nonstop.
Why not?
I can't do a 48-hour nonstop
I can.
stream.
That's the thing is I can.
I can't.
Right,
but
right.
You certainly can.
But like you guys could like tag in.
Yeah,
I can definitely tap in on occasion. But
I won't say
for
no.
real. What do you guys think of that? I don't know. It's recorded now, so.
Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
But I won't say no to charitable donations, of course.
Definitely.
So we'll see. But yeah, anyway, the game jam starts in 9 days approximately, the 13th. The theme will be announced as soon as it starts. Get going. 48 hours. Make a game. It's going to be awesome. I hope to see some really cool games come out of that. Hopefully some. The winner gets. Oh, I mentioned the prizes. You get the T-shirt. You get like support from us. And then one of the other prizes is, at the moment, $100 towards Greenlight. Of course, Steam Direct announcement kind of like threw a wrench into that. But so far, Greenlight is still a thing. So far, the $100 towards
Hurry up.
Greenlight. The $100 towards Greenlight is still the prize.
Stick your foot. Can you actually still sign up? Is that possible?
For Greenlight?
Yeah.
As far as I know, yeah.
That's crazy. And they're like, yeah, this is over. So all the shovelware is like, put all your shit in now, quick, before the gates close.
So yeah, well, $100 towards Greenlight. If that were to change at some point between the jam and us giving the $100 away, we'll figure something out.
Cool.
Worth $100. Maybe it'll just give you $100. I don't know.
Yes.
But the idea was to like get it developed further from a jam game to something that you could actually sell. That's the idea. Anyway, so yeah.
Moving right along.
Wait. One more thing.
Oh.
I mentioned earlier during your intro, our birthday, 3 years of IGR, May 5th. So that's 2 days from the time of this recording. May 5th is our birthday.
Brilliant.
I don't know if we have any plans for it yet, but it's still really cool. I wanted to mention it. What?
Do we want to sing happy birthday now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I could do the way that we do it at work.
You're a soloist.
Oh, how do you do it? Oh, that's right, because the actual song's like copyrighted. Can we like publish that?
No, they actually.
No, for
they
real.
just recently put
cover.
it. No, they just recently put it into public domain.
Really? I don't know. I feel like.
Anyways, we don't actually at work. I got tired of hearing a bunch of people like fuck up the song and like singing out of key. So we just all got together. We counted down from 3 to 1, and then yelled out "Happy Birthday." It was
perfect.
Easy. Right? How nice is that? You ready? Right.
Everybody
practice
chat.
round.
It's not gonna work, right? Everybody in chat, right? So
yeah, they're going to do it 30 seconds later with the delay.
That's fine. It'll be a wall and it'll be great.
All right.
Okay, so practice round.
And then the people during the recording. They're going to be
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday! There you go.
Right, no. Waiting for it to catch up. Hey, that was important. Yes.
Good job,
awesome.
bro.
Okay.
While everyone's yelling out happy birthday randomly in their homes, let's move on to something else that has been born.
Really fucking awesome. So there was that one group that did the thing, and that was cool. I don't remember who was. Oh, it was the guys behind Prison Architect. Yeah. That was a pretty cool game. But they're now working on a new one that's fucking awesome called Scanner Sombre. It's basically like short story version. You get a LiDAR gun and it's fucking dark, and you put on a headset so that you can see the output of the LiDAR gun, and you have to figure out what's the fuck's going on. It's really cool looking. Apparently it's colored as well.
It is.
But
Forgot about that. It is beautifully colored.
It's very bright, actually.
The design behind it looks really fucking awesome.
I feel like there's enough contrast that you would still be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, it seems to be fairly like I can make out as I'm watching the video clip on it, and I can generally make out where a gap is.
I don't know how well do you see gradient colors, like how it fades from red to orange to yellow to green.
It depends on the word I'm looking for that my brain just blanked on.
Well, I'm asking because this is actually the colors in this are gradient, so I wasn't sure if you see like specific splits between each color, while we see like how it kind of just casually turns into different colors.
I'm trying to see an example, maybe.
I mean, maybe that's not the case, considering that he doesn't see it because it's everywhere.
While he's looking, Scanner Sombre is actually ouch. I don't know if you would I don't know if you would call it horror, but it does make you uneasy, and it's a little bit unsettling and creepy at times. Yeah,
you want to know why? It's because in the back of your head that you're trapped in a cave and you can't see anything.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember? I don't know if you saw the movie, but it was one of the Paranormal Activity movies, and they used the Xbox Live sensor, like eye sensor thing, which shoots out like invisible dots everywhere to read your body. And they put on, I think, night vision or something, some kind of vision on their camera, and you could see like all the dots everywhere.
Infrared mode,
infrared. And so you could see like the demon in the movie like passing through like the dots. Like it was still like invisible to the eye, but you could see it like moving through, which is kind of creepy.
Very interesting.
I don't see what you guys were talking about.
Okay, cool.
I've just watched the video a couple of times now, and yeah, I don't get what you're saying. So
anyway, it's beautiful for people who don't see color, which is probably
it looks like a really cool
Rev
concept.
Listening to this right now.
Yeah.
So that's up on the radar. So look for that. Moving along, Josh is going to win $1,000.
Yeah, we're winning $1,000. Actually, Mike Rose, who used to, I don't think he still works for Tiny Build, but he used to work for Tiny Build, but now is doing his own thing. I guess he's helping publish a game called Super Rude Bear Resurrection, and he's actually, the company's actually putting out a $1,000 prize for the first person to beat the game without dying.
What?
$1,000 prize, or using any hacks or glitches or anything like that. And it has to be in a single run. You can't just save it over and over. You have to completely do it. So whoever's the best at this game first, you get $1,000. Of course, you have to record it all. All
57 levels of the game Super Rude Bear Resurrection played on the Rainbow Challenge Marathon mode with in-game music playing and the in-game timer enabled.
Yeah. So they can tell you're not like editing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can either live stream it or record it to Twitch or record it for YouTube.
And if you're interested, of course, we'll link the information.
Someone's gonna do it.
I'm sure someone will.
How long is it gonna take? That's what I want to know.
The challenge is only running from 6 p.m. Pacific, May the 5th, until 5 p.m. on 5th of May of 2019.
So go check it out.
2 years.
Maybe 2 years.
That's probably when the game releases.
Yeah, Super Rude Bear Resurrection will be releasing in just a couple days. So, so check it out. And if
Probably
you think you're
May the 5th.
You think you're damn good, you could win $1,000.
Yes.
You know what's worth $1,000 in experience?
Yeah, getting to work with Taco Bell, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know where I was going.
I didn't know where you were going with that segue. Some segues are good, some aren't. Good things. Taco Bell's Feed the Beta program sort of deal where it takes a community of developers and it helps people discover new games. And this year, because I feel like we talked about this recently, but apparently we haven't. But this year, one of the devs is Imagos Software. We met them at MagFest a while ago.
We know another dev, by the way. That wasn't the one I was talking about. I totally forgot about that.
I noticed that one first. I didn't get a chance to look at all the list because I thought there was only one.
No, there's two.
And their game Star Mazer DSP, which
another game I'm excited about.
You have to check it. Their art is great. Their music is great. The dev team is like really, really passionate about making really, really good games.
The other game from there is from Extra Cold Games. They're doing the game Unearned Bounty. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Which was done during IRX last year.
Wow.
And we still talk to them. I talk to them on Discord from time to time. And the other thing is that we kind of busted Taco Bell's balls last time they did this because we were like experts and there was like a bunch of like celebrities kind of.
Yeah.
And now
it's like it looks like they did their homework a little bit.
And this time they have actual experts. They have Ken Levine from Irrational Games, Jessica Chobot. I don't know about that one, but Yulia, I have no idea how to pronounce that Slovakian last name, but she's from Tiny Build. Richard Lemarchand, man, I wish people would get regular names. He's a professor at USC Games Programming,
and the whole Naughty Dog thing,
and he's won a bunch of awards and all that sort of stuff. And Swifter, who is
Joseph Alminawi.
I don't remember that guy.
He's a Twitch streamer.
Oh, okay. So they at least mix it up with actual experts and people who aren't.
Dan and Gary Games.
People who like games and people who actually know games. So they're doing a little bit better this time is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. This is a much better palette of...
And to stroke our own dick, every single year we've known at least one developer doing this. So I'm glad to make it.
Isn't that how we learned about it? Like the first time?
Maybe?
I don't know.
I feel like I saw it on like Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, well, you know what else you're going to have to learn about for the first time because it just released?
What's
Possibly that? Learning about it for the first time? Factorio 1.15
0.15.
0.15 update. And normally we don't like cover updates. Like I know we used to like a few years ago, but we haven't really had the time to. This one is of note, however, because it is amazing.
Fucking massive.
And just to think about the amount of documentation that went in cataloging the update, and then you think about the amount of things that were actually updated on top of all of this cataloging of everything. And look at the link. Seriously, it's ridiculous. Look at the link and look at all the things and just look at it. Don't read it. Like I said earlier, it is.
Well, when's the last time they sent out an update?
It was a few months ago. So
they had a good long time to do this.
This is they did have a good long time. This is sort of like a Terraria sort of update, right? Like Terraria, when they push an update, it's like the game has changed. In this case, the game has changed because they added uranium and a whole system of ingredients and ways to mine uranium ore. They've added nuclear power for your power. They've changed how the ores spawn on the map so they don't look as tiled. They've upscaled a bunch of the resolutions on a bunch of the models by a lot. Really, also one of the most important things, they decreased the size of the recipe icons on assembling machines by 23%, which I think was an incredibly needed and incredibly tight fix. I don't know.
I think that research overhaul though is what probably majorly changes that game. Overall.
Yeah.
Just to kind of put this into perspective, their changelog update is 10 pages long. 3,587 words.
If you're into counting words.
So you should check that out.
I can't believe it's still 0.15. I mean, how long are they gonna go until this is released?
This game is actually a YouTuber that I like that plays this game recently came back to a series that he was working on, and he was talking about how he set this base up, and really it's set up as a base to be like a 300-hour base, and if he wanted it to be an 800-hour base, he would have done things way differently from the start on like how he would like have logistically created it. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I've played about that much Dirty Bomb, and that's like the most the most I've ever played a game ever. And he's talking about like individual bases, like just individual saves on this game taking 800 hours, and him having like 8 of them.
Man,
and it's like,
I can't imagine spending that much time on a game.
But you can, and it's like, and he said that, and I was like, how could you do this? And it's like, oh yeah, because you can literally try and find so many different ways to do things in this game.
I mean, I've spent days on a game, like in total, but I was looking at my Steam stats a couple days ago, and I think I'm like around 12, maybe 15. It's somewhere around there, 100 hours of playtime. But that's among. I forget actually, but I stumbled upon it on accident.
Oh.
But I saw that and I'm like, damn, that's like among all my games, that's across all my games I played. Granted, I think that's a little skewed. I probably have more than that, but nowhere close to like just 800 hours on a single game. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That's crazy to me. And Factorio is definitely one of those games that you'll lose just days of your life to.
It's absolutely incredible. Hold on, I'm curious. I think you went to steamdb.info.
No, it was on Steam.
Flash calculator?
I found it through Steam.
Ah, wow.
I don't remember how.
That's crazy.
But you know what else is crazy?
What else is crazy is the game that's coming up next on Starting the Riot.
Yeah. This week on Starting the Riot, we're talking about a game called Little Nightmares.
Fuck you.
There is some discrepancy in our chat.
Have you heard of it? Have you heard of this game?
In our chat that, and mentioned previously if it is actually indie or not. So the reason that is, I'm not going to say yes or no. I'll let you guys decide up to it, but we are covering it.
You know what? Hey, can I? Okay, you talk about it, and then I'll talk about it.
Tarsier Studios is the developer. Tarsier Studios.
Tarsier,
whatever. But the publisher is Bandai Namco, who, you know, a lot of times we talk about how like Ubisoft published Valiant Hearts, and it was some other developer who made Valiant Hearts, even though what happened was Ubisoft split off a part of Ubisoft, said, hey, here's your company name, and here's some money, make this game and call it indie. That's not what happened here. Tarsier Studios made it and then got picked up by Bandai Namco.
See, and I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with this for the express reason of Shovel Knight, which got picked up by Nintendo.
Yacht Club Studios got picked up by Nintendo.
But when you buy Shovel Knight, do you have to agree to a third-party EULA? Bandai Namco Entertainment Europe.
Supergiant Games got picked up by WB.
Right, but do you have to like agree to a EULA for the publisher?
I don't think you have to
publishing that indie game.
I don't think you need to.
This requires agreement to a third-party EULA on Steam.
Yeah,
and
but
it's a Bandai Namco Entertainment Europe.
What about
what about the other ones?
I'm pretty sure you have to agree to that in most Steam games.
No, not third parties.
Yeah, Steam's just kind of like that. But yeah, it's on GOG, and you don't have to do that on GOG.
There's legal speak that was written by Bandai.
There you go. On GOG, there's no DRM, no activation, no. Yep.
But anyway, it's released on GOG, it's getting away from the point. I just wanted to point that out in case anyone disagrees that we are aware that they are published by Bandai Namco. But
game looks
so
great.
What Little Nightmares is about? You play this character called, I think the name is Six. And I really don't know the entire story because I haven't played through it all. But you play this little character called Six, and you're in this world where everything is basically giant compared to you. It's really twisted, very Tim Burton-esque, the way it looks. It's an adventure platformer. Maybe it's light puzzles or anything like that, but it's nothing. It's mostly platforming, and a little bit of stealth involved as well. And you have to make your way through this place. You're constantly hungry. You're like homeless, basically. You're wearing a raincoat for some reason, and you're trying to circumvent these really twisted, giant. I don't know if I would call them people. They're creatures of some sort. The first one that you come across is called the Janitor. Is really this spindly long arms and what looks like his face is like peeled down, and so he's blind. And he has to he finds his way through touch and smell and sound, and so he won't see you, but if you make noise, he'll like come after you with his long spindly arms. It's really creepy. Yeah, it's there's not really jump scares per se in this, but it's very uneasy. It's unsettling, and a lot of it at one point. I don't want to give away too much, but there's like some just parts to it where you're just like, oh god, no, So
okay. I have a question. Right? Is it just 3D Limbo?
It is very. If you're going to compare it to a game, Limbo,
I mean, really, like boil it down. Is it 3D Limbo?
If you're going to compare it to a game, it's like Limbo or Inside. I would say it's closer to Inside. It is very.
Well, you can actually get both of them bundled. If you buy Little Nightmares by May 12th on GOG, you get Inside for free
because they're in the same genre. Yeah.
Okay, so
the difference is basically the genre and story. Limbo. I mean, there's disturbing parts to Limbo and Inside as well, but it's not.
This one's more disturbing.
This one's more twisted, I think.
Cool.
And to me.
Cool.
Although Limbo was kind of twisted, but anyway, it is very much like that. So if you like those games,
it looks crazy.
You like this. My biggest complaint, and it's not just this game. A lot of games like this have this sort of issue, where there's some weirdness with the controls based on like the camera angle, and maybe you can't see yourself at a certain point because something's blocking you.
I can see that, yeah.
Or like you see yourself on this like really thin strip of wood. I think earlier walking across the plank, like it's kind of easy to fall off because it's hard to judge like what is actually going across straight. You know what I mean? With especially if you're using a controller, I think. So which I would probably suggest doing, but I don't know.
According to everybody, the keyboard mouse controls are kind of a pain in the asshole.
Really? So
man, that sucks.
It's hard to do that. So
I only like using keyboard and mouse controls.
Really? You're such a hipster. So,
have you seen his keyboard? He's got a nice keyboard.
I've got a nice keyboard.
It reminds me of the typewriters that my great grandfather used to use.
A couple of episodes ago, I think it was the one that we were with Eric Hunter. And you were like, I do everything with my keyboard, and just like imagine you just
the best
washing your back.
I mean, I use the controller when I play that Zelda game.
But anyway, the point is that's probably the major gripe. But other than that, the story is really intriguing and pushes you on. It makes you wonder, like, what the fuck is this place? Like, I'm not even sure like where you're at, like what this building is.
That's been the biggest complaint that I've seen in all of the user reviews is everybody's like, I want to know more about this world. Like, what is the mall?
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know what the mall is. I haven't gotten that
That's the place that you're at.
Oh.
World is the mall.
So, like, what is it? Like a boat? Is it a building?
Don't know.
Is it a lighthouse? Like, it's really long, tall, and twisted and weird, and kind of what's that word? Something Euclidean. Something I forget what the word is. But anyway, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and everything's just warped.
Escher-esque.
Kind of like that, yeah. That's another way to put it, but there's like a specific word for it. Non-Euclidean is what I'm thinking. Right now, you're actually seeing the janitor for the first time, I think, in the gameplay. So, yeah. And why there's other children there and these things called gnomes. And why it's really, I want to know more. So I'm hoping that if they don't actually explain it by the end of the game, that at some point, maybe they're going to come out with like, I mean, I hate to say DLC, like if you're going to give me a story, give me the fucking story. But at the same time, I don't know if there's a reasoning. I have to wait until the end. I reserve judgment, I guess. So,
this is so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Little Nightmares by Tarsier, I don't know how you pronounce it, Studios. It is currently on Steam for
$20.
$20. Or if you buy it on GOG, not only do the developers make more money, but also you get Inside for free if you don't have it until May 12th. So if you're catching this episode before then, pick it up there.
It is only made for Windows on PC, but I think it's also on PS4. If I'm not mistaken,
I do not.
Possibly
maybe?
Xbox. There is also you can also buy the original soundtrack for $5 extra on Steam if you like the music.
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Yeah.
There you go. So, any other questions about that?
No. Why do you keep picking games that I'm going to have a hard time playing?
Well, this game though. Even though it's creepy, I feel like it's right up your alley as well.
Oh, definitely. Like I'm going to see if I can get it.
It's got a very what's the
fair
word? Whimsical.
Another fair warning. A lot of people are saying it is relatively short, so keep that in mind.
It is a little bit short, yeah, from what I can tell.
3.5, 4 hours, somewhere in there.
So, you know what else? I don't know where I'm going with this. I was going to say short.
You know what else?
Like, I don't know.
No, that works. You know what else is short? The amount of time most Kickstarters go.
True.
We're talking about that in Peep Show.
Please give all your attention to Early Access.
And this week on Peep Show, Fort Triumph, a tactical RPG that you can check out on Kickstarter right now. Okay. The last tactical RPG that really caught my eye was Chroma Squad. And I love Chroma Squad, and it's a great game. And I said back then that I'm not really a tactical RPG guy. It doesn't really appeal to me, but this had features in it where I was like, I get it, I like this, and that's why this game is appealing. Fort Triumph also has that for me in I think their main feature, which is the interactive environments that you're playing in, which means you have cover mechanics and
destructible terrain.
Exactly, destructible terrain and a lot of different heights. And it sounds, and it's not a long list of things, but the way they implement it is you can tell that it's been baked in from the start. This isn't a stamp-on feature that they were like, oh, this would make a fun little feature.
Well,
like they've built the game around this.
I think that the destructible terrain is really, like you said, it's built around that. Yeah. Like that's what I think when they plan this out, they're like, what are we going to do to make it stand out from games like XCOM or something like that?
Exactly. Like what are we going to do to make this game like the mechanic that we want them to use fun too? Because it's intuitive and it's straightforward, and the demo that you can literally go to their Kickstarter right now, scroll a little bit down, hit Windows, Mac, or Linux for the demo, and just play it. And the tutorial is literally just like, you don't even have to read it. You can just sort of like look at it and be like, oh, do this, do that. Oh, cool, I'm learning the game. Oh, cool, there's a button over here. All right, hey, I did something. And it's like, it's just the fundamentals, the bare bones of this is the gameplay and the game design are solid and there. And on top of that, it has a great aesthetic, and I want to know more.
If you're a fan of XCOM, definitely check this out.
I'm excited to see the finished product of this.
Especially considering how good it looks.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if they just kept this look and expanded to like more palettes and more locations.
It's nice to see it not be so gritty.
Yeah,
a lot of things are just so gritty nowadays, and they're keeping it. It's not like overly cute, but it's not. It's definitely like a nicer fantasy type aesthetic.
Another thing that's really, really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You do it.
Another thing that's really cool is like when we talk about like interactivity, it's not like, oh yeah, this character can move those types of rocks, and then this character can do this thing to this one thing. It's more like each character has a way to interact with everything, and then everything interacts the way that you would interact with it, right? Mm-hmm. So they have these little like art pieces where it sort of shows like the knight might push the pillar over on a goblin using his foot, but then the rogue, it looks like, would tie a rope around it and pull it over. Like so you can do different things. You can go about doing things in different ways, depending on the characters that you have on hand.
I think the most important thing to make sure by the end of this is that they get it balanced well.
Exactly. So. That is. But I mean,
they do have a demo available if you want to try it though. On Kickstarter.
Yes.
They're currently asking for $75,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're looking for $75,000. They've currently raised just over $25,000.
For a third of the way.
Yeah, once you pledge at least $20, you get a digital copy of the game, and a couple of other cool things. I don't know them well enough to really feel comfortable shelling out, a couple of grand to visit their office. But for some people, that's definitely cool.
Well, we always look for campaigns too that break down their budget, and they don't have a very detailed breakdown.
They didn't break down their budget at all.
They don't have a very detailed breakdown of their budget. Their graph is 90% awesome sauce, 10% fluffery, and then they go on to explain that. But it's not like they don't talking about anything specific. So there is. I don't know if I would call it a red flag, but if you're really into like making sure you know where your money's going, you might want to like maybe at least contact them and like, hey,
well, I think that
what exactly do you mean?
I don't think that this necessarily constitutes like a pass from the Indie Game Riot budget police.
No.
But what I will say is that luckily they do make up for that shortcoming in the fact that there is a playable demo and you can sort of understand, where they're coming from and see the progress that they've already made.
And they also
and then judge for yourself. It's like, are they trying to steal my money? Or are they actually trying to make something cool?
They also have been vetted. I mean, they've been featured on a lot of stuff, but a couple of the places they've been featured on do vet the games, such as Indie Mega Booth and Square Enix Collective they've been on. So, they're not just some people...
Fly-by-night types.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's pretty safe. But I just wanted to point out the fact that it's not, like, super detailed in their breakdown of the budget.
And it seems like... that they're based out of Tel Aviv?
Really?
Is it?
That's what it says on the Kickstarter.
I don't think they're from Israel, huh?
There's Tel Aviv, Israel. That's what it's saying.
Yeah, no, their office is in Tel Aviv.
Oh, shit. They don't look Israeli at all. Then again, what do Israelis look like? I don't really know.
Yeah.
Humans?
Yeah. But, but anyway. But there's people from different parts of the world have specific, like,
hey,
physical features.
We live in America, all right? We see all sorts of different types of people every day, all right? You look at anybody, it's like, oh, that guy could be American.
Yeah.
It was a break.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, Fort Triumph tactical RPG on Kickstarter right now.
Yep.
$20 gets you the game. And that's DRM free or Steam. Maybe both. Why not both? I don't know. They're estimating April 2018, so expect it like 2020. Sometime.
Yeah, always tack on a couple years.
Yeah, just always add a few. I mean, it looks good now.
There's always a reason for it.
Exactly, exactly. Unless this money is to be like, this game's gonna get done quick. But again, no breakdown. So I mean, you might read into it, but we'll have to see. Anyway, definitely check it out.
Yeah. You know what else? $20 could get you.
4 copies of this week's Going Mobile game.
Damn straight, it is Going Mobile.
And this week on Going Mobile, we have a nifty fun game by a company that I've never heard of before called House on Fire. Based in Copenhagen. Based in Copenhagen.
That's the best name. That's the best. Listen, where's Copenhagen? Is that in...
Denmark.
Yeah, I thought Denmark. Denmark. Change your name. Change Copenhagen to Copenhagen.
Yeah,
I guarantee you it'll increase.
House on Fire. Hey, you guys, if you're listening to this right now, if you want to put like a spicy quote for your game to sell it, take that one.
Copenhagen.
Forget
the
sounds like the Swedish chef. Copenhagen.
They're from Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Rev.com.
After Rev butchers your culture.
Yeah.
Anywho, the game is called The Silent Age. This seems to be an episodic style release. Chapter 1 is free, and after that, you can buy the rest for $5. This is a point-and-click mobile game, and I'm not used to that, but I'll give things a try. Why not? And I don't like the starting of it. Like, I like the concept behind it, but I was staring at it for way too long before I realized that they wanted me to put input in to tell them I'm not using headphones. There's a little bit of UI things there that aren't quite, up to my standards. But I'm having fun with the actual point-and-click adventure side of it.
As an FYI, it is actually also on Steam. So I don't know if it got ported to one or the other. But as far as a mobile game goes, it's won awards for its mobileness. So, just pointing that out there.
I've just collected a tinfoil hat.
Well, I'm glad the aliens won't get to your brain.
But I can't talk too much about it. It seems, other than my issue with the base opening page, it seems to be a fairly solid, well done point and click game. I like the soundtrack to it. It kind of has a bit of a creep feel to it, just from the little bit that I've been playing. But you're playing as Joe, who's traveling between the groovy present of 1972, after serving in the Vietnam War, etc., and the apocalyptic future of 2012 to find out what caused the extinction of humankind.
Apocalyptic future of 2012.
Right. If only they knew.
Just
Horizon Zero Dawn, by the way.
Yeah.
So no, it seems to have a really all of the reviews that I can find on it are really well done. There's a total of 10 chapters with unique locations, characters, and puzzles in it, and it seems to be a classic point and click. So I'm running around with a rubber glove, and I don't know if that's going to be used to clean something up or as a condom.
Now, just to be clear, is that a
do
50
you
cents
have
a chapter sort of
dick?
Deal? Like, does the $5 get you all 10 chapters?
Let me find out. Let me
to point out the first episode is free on mobile.
Yes, it is.
Right.
The first episode is free.
Now is that chapter like? I guess we have to determine what a chapter is and what a.
It looks like the chapter is each chapter, and there are 3, are $5 each.
Okay, so
wait. So
$15 for the game.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, $10 for the game.
Okay. So $10 for the entire game.
So it's $5 a chapter.
Yep.
Okay. Good to clear that up.
Yep. Yeah. But only chapter 2 is out.
It was a language thing.
Yeah. Words have meaning.
Too bad we don't all have English.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's a way to communicate.
Voiced characters, and I'm really interested to kind of dig into this. It is available on iOS and Android, as long as you have iOS 7 or higher. I don't know what version that is, or what models, but yeah, go check it out. At least give the first chapter a play, especially if you like the point and click with some mystery and puzzles.
Well, you know what else we can point and click?
We point and click to the close everything down because it's the end of the show.
It is the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining us, those of you live in the chat, and those of you listening to the recorded version. Appreciate the support so much. If you'd like to support us more and help the show grow, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Indie Game Riot. $1 more, very greatly appreciated. My suggestion, if I may put that out there, is $5 gets you. All you do is sacrifice 1 coffee a month from Starbucks, and send it on to the show to help it grow. Or if you like that graphic, that neat logo that Keen had in the beginning, that's $25, I think, every month to get a new one and other stuff. You can also contact us on Twitter at IGO Podcast or Facebook.com/IGO Podcast. Of course, email us, contact@IndieGameRiot.com. Any last words?
IRX, sign up.
IRX,
have fun, show up.
Not only IRX, but IRXJam very, very soon.
Yes,
9 days.
IRXJam. We might do a thing for it. I feel like we might. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it in just a minute, but
stay tuned. We'll keep you updated. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes, I want to see so many
podcast
and
more information.
Do that. So, say goodbye.
See you next time, guys.
Kopenflugen.
Kopenflugen. Doodle.